guys, so today I want to do kind of a different video. I actually just want to share some of my resources that I found through my skincare journey. Just quick information, a few shopping sites, some product comparison tools, some ingredient lookup sites, and a few deal sites and other just links for information and resources. So if you're in a little researching mood for yourself, there's some interesting sites that are very helpful. Many of you might already know some of these. Maybe some of you guys know more than I do. So link to them or let me know where they are. I think the comments might delete if it's a link. So maybe put the thing in there and put type .com or something. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so for ingredient resources, there's 3 that I love. Incidecoder is one of my favorites. It's so handy. You can literally cut and paste an entire ingredient list into it, and it will kind of break it down and show you what research there is on each ingredient. I actually believe it's run by the gal that owns the Geek and Gorgeous brand. I believe that. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that's the case. And they already have a huge database, so a lot of products are already in there. So if you just search the name of the product, it'll pop up. Like if you search Hygiene Natural Repair Serum, it'll come up. It doesn't have like some of the newer products in there, but if you sign up, you can add the ingredient list yourself and add it in there. So anyway, very helpful. Another good site is Cosdna, Cosdna. It's an older site. I believe it was started by an Asian beauty company, and they have a huge database, and it breaks down each ingredient in there. You can just cut and paste the ingredient list just like you would do on Incidecoder. And it also has a database with helpful information. And a lot of it is just sourced by people that are members of it. So some of the ingredients, if you find some conflicting information, it's helpful to look at another source or studies or other things just in case. You don't want to take all of your knowledge from one place because you just don't know if they have a bias towards certain things, or if they're unbiased towards other things, or where they get their information. So it's good to source your information from many different places and come to your own conclusion. Another nice one is Skincarisma, and I'll link to all these below. It's pretty handy. They're a little different type of search site, and they kind of break things down. They have like special searches for like fungal acne and things like that. So that's another nice search site. And you know what? You can use all 3 of these together to do your own research and kind of come to a conclusion on certain products and things like that on the ingredients. So again, don't take all of your information from one site. Do your own research on all of them. Another helpful site is the Ingredient Safety Council Lookup. They will have documents, like if you want to learn information on azelaic acid, and you pull it up on this site, you'll get like a 15-page paper on azelaic acid, the safety of it, studies, things like that. Another helpful thing I find is the Skinskoolbeauty.com. It's a comparison dupe finder. So if you want to find information on dupes to the Protini from their database, they will pull up a list of products that are very similar. It's only what's in their database, so it's not a totally... it's not going to give you the entire comprehensive list of all of the dupes that exist. It's only the ones that are in their database. So it's a little tricky because there's a lot of good dupes for this that aren't in their database, and perhaps they can add them below. But I know if you pull it up, the Acure will come up. This will also come up as another good dupe, the Lookup. So it's a source. It's not the ultimate source because it's limited to what's in its database. But I think they're always continually adding their database. So anyway, or if ingredient changes, has it changed in their database? So it's not, none of these are like totally flawless. It's really up to what's in their database. And sometimes the information may be correct. Sometimes it might be an all ingredient list. So always do some double checking. PubMed, I'll link to that below. It's a great database. There's also a database for skin diseases, and there's a lot more skin diseases than I ever realized, but it's got an entire list. So if you think you have acne keratosis, it'll come up with that or whatever. So that's a helpful database. If you maybe see dermatologists and they come back and say, hey, you might have this, this, and this, you can go and look those up and see characteristics, things like that. I link to a few shopping deal sites that I love. I also love the Reddit thread, Makeup Addict on the Cheap. It's member created, maintained. So today I noticed at Ulta they had a 7-piece freebie with $50 purchase. People post it, so I always check it. I try to check it once or twice a week to see what's going on, sales might have missed or anything like that. And then there's 3 other sites, viewyourdeal.com, gmadeals.com, and livesavvyshopper.com. Those are I think they're run by ABC, I think, because they have the Good Morning America, and they always have these deals, like 50% off today. Yesterday was 50% off Beauty Stat Cosmetics. And a lot of times I'll post it on my YouTube thread too if I think it's an especially good deal. I always keep my eyes out for them. There's a few Reddit skincare resources, but Reddit has a lot of stuff on skincare, almost everything you could imagine. Tretinoin, there's an entire sub just for that. Rosacea, there's an entire sub for that. Skincare Addiction used to be a great Reddit site. It's become overwhelmed by people. Hey, look at this. What's going on? You know, showing a picture of themselves and have people try and figure it out. But it used to be a little bit more helpful. But anyway, Reddit thread Asian Beauty is another great one, especially for if you're looking at K-Beauty or J-Beauty brands. I like that Reddit thread. Independent review site makeupalley.com has a lot of skincare reviews, and it's pretty independent, so I recommend people check that out sometimes if you're looking for reviews. If you go to Sephora, I'm going to say almost every review on almost every product at Sephora is a paid review, so I don't even really trust most of the reviews on Sephora, but Makeup Alley is generally a better resource in my opinion. If you have fungal acne, I know it's kind of controversial, but if you have had issues with it or are looking for fungal acne-free ingredients, Simple Skincare Science is a great website. They have lists of just every moisturizer that they know of that's fungal acne-free, and it's not a short list. They did a lot of research on this, so it's worth checking out. There's a scale for comedogenic ingredients, and I'll link to that below. Herbal Dynamics Beauty. They have all these different oils and butters and their comedogenic scale and rating. And again, there's no foolproof thing. So this might say jojoba seed oil is very, very acne prone, but you might not have any issues with it. So that's why it's always good to do a little bit more research on it. But that's just another resource. The skincare sunscreen simulator is another great one. If you put in every filter in the product, what percentage it is, they'll come out with their scale of what they believe the SPF might come in at. It's not foolproof like anything, but it's a good resource. There's a sunscreen filter list that has the entire list of all the sunscreen filters out there, what they do, how they work, and more information about it, so I'll link to that below. And then at the very bottom, I'll link to this, just a guide on how to patch test. I know I'm guilty. I don't patch test nearly as much as I should, but especially if you have sensitive skin, acne-prone skin, reactive skin, rosacea-prone skin, eczema-prone skin, patch testing is always great, so I'll link to that one below. But anyway, I think these are some really helpful resources just for you to get some ideas of different ingredients, how things work, how your skin reacts, skin diseases, and then a few money-saving links to those sites below. So anyway, I think these are helpful. Interested in hearing from you guys. If you guys have used any sites, had good luck with them, or have any other recommendations, try to type it out. I don't know why YouTube, it just deletes things if there's a link, or half the time, like, somebody might be typing a sentence, they'll put a period but not a space, then it will like delete or flag the whole comment because it thinks it's a link or something. And anyway, it's frustrating. I had somebody get upset with me because they had left a comment on one of my, this was like years ago, and it was like a little bit critical, but it wasn't mean at all, but they thought I deleted it and were upset with me and sent me a whole like rant. Like, I didn't even see it because it went in the stupid filter. Anyway, so whatever. So if something's removed, I don't delete anything personally. Even if it's something nasty, I just leave it. So anyway, whatever. Now leave something nasty. No, just kidding. Anyway, so love hearing from you guys, and I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.